honestly already regret this video. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. So this was a very spontaneous video idea that I wasn't really planning on making, but in light of recent events, I decided to make this video. And I wasn't going to address any of this stuff either, but I've had a lot of people ask me about what, like, my thoughts on this whole situation. So the whole situation that I'm referring to, if you don't already know or are like completely confused, basically recently a lot of YouTubers, like vegan YouTubers and vegan influencers, have come out saying that they are no longer vegan and kind of explaining why and just making videos about it. Kalel was kind of like, actually no, I think Lexi Lombard was probably one of the first ones that I remember. She was never like a huge vegan activist, but she stopped being vegan. Cardi and Milan stopped being vegan. She also wasn't really like, didn't talk about veganism a lot, but she stopped being vegan. And then Kalel was probably the biggest one because Kalel has the largest platform of any of the vegan YouTubers, and she stopped being vegan, and she was like a huge advocate and like an activist, so it was kind of like this huge thing. And then Bonnie Rebecca, who again was like probably the most surprising out of all of them, she just recently said that she's not vegan anymore. And then most recently was Stella Rae. Love her. But she made a video kind of talking about why she isn't vegan anymore. Anyways, like I said, I wasn't planning on making this video because I don't like getting involved in any type of drama on the internet at all. I don't really like addressing other people's business because what other people do is totally their thing, and I am not one to judge. Whatever. I just decided to sort of share my thoughts about why I'm still vegan, and just because I kind of want to give a positive message about veganism to some people if any of you are like kind of questioning veganism because of the recent events and sort of wondering if you should still be vegan, etc. Because obviously these people have big platforms and they were such huge advocates for veganism and such big inspirations to people for going vegan, and that them saying they're no longer vegan could kind of deter people from continuing veganism. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, inspire you all about veganism. Anyways, and to do that, I decided to do a mukbang. So I actually made all this food today. I'm really excited. Also, I'm kind of regretting it already. I have a burger, except I don't have a burger bun, so it's like a sandwich. It's a Beyond Burger patty with like barbecue sauce and grilled onions, pickles, tomatoes, lettuce, and some barbecue chips. I have a vegan cupcake. I did not make this, I bought it. I have some vegan chicken wings from Trader Joe's, and then I have like a vegan chicken salad. And then to wash it all down, I have a gigantic vegan beer. I don't think I'm gonna drink this whole thing, but it's Modern Times, and it says, "This beer is vegan." So there you go. Yep, tastes like beer. I am of legal drinking age, by the way, so don't call the cops. All right, anyways, I'm just gonna get into this and sort of share my thoughts and opinions, if any of you even care. I want to try this chicken salad first. I didn't make this either. I bought it. It's good. It kind of tastes like tuna. And I liked tuna before I ate it. So, as you can see, vegans aren't really missing out on anything. We can still enjoy everything that meat eaters can enjoy without the actual meat. So I think I'm just going to start by explaining why I decided to go vegan in the first place and sort of my journey a little bit, just because I know I have a lot of new subscribers, so I thought that I would share. There's a hair on my sandwich. So I went vegan like right after I turned 16. I'm 21 now, so like 5 years ago. And the reason why I decided to go vegan was for ethical reasons. So I've always been a huge animal lover. And basically, I watched the documentary Earthlings, which is basically just footage of people like killing and abusing animals. It's really horrible. I mean, I couldn't really watch it. My eyes were closed like the whole time. I was already vegetarian, so I was vegetarian since I was 9 years old. So I already didn't eat meat and hadn't eaten meat for a long time. But I ate a lot of dairy and I ate a lot of eggs, and like I wore leather and stuff. I didn't really question it at all. And then I watched Earthlings, basically I just sort of said in my head, okay, like, I would never kill an animal, or I would never want to support the killing of an animal. Like, all of these things that I'm seeing, all of this murder and torture and abuse of animals, I would never do, and I do not support, and I'm completely against it. And so if those were my beliefs, I looked at my actions and I was like eating animal products, and that was like a direct result of this like murderous system of animal agriculture. And so basically I just looked, I was like, okay, my beliefs are, I don't believe animals should be exploited. I don't think they should be used or killed or tortured or whatever. And I looked at my actions, and I was still consuming animal products. And so basically I just was like, well, my actions don't line up with my beliefs. And I thought that was hypocritical. And I was like, I don't want to support something, or, you know, involuntarily support something that I don't agree with. And so I just immediately decided to go vegan. The transition was pretty easy because I was already vegetarian. So it took me like a week to like go full in, just because I had some frozen vegetarian meals with cheese in them, and I just wanted to finish off. And then from that point on, I was vegan. And my YouTube channel started off as actually like a vegan channel. So if any of you guys are like OG subscribers, you would remember that my channel was just like all about veganism. I mean, you can like go back and like see those videos. Like, that's kind of all I made videos about. And since then, my channel's obviously evolved. I make videos about like everything now. It's been a long time since I made a video talking about like veganism, so here we are. So anyways, I got really into like the health aspects of veganism once I went vegan. And that's kind of like what my channel was about. I didn't really talk about activism a lot. And that's just like my personal method with veganism. I don't really like to like pressure people into doing things, or like, I just sort of let people live their lives. And like, if they ask me and they open up a conversation about it, I'm more than happy to educate them or give them my experience or like my advice. But I usually never like bring up the conversation. I won't like say things about veganism to people. And that's kind of like why I also stopped talking about it on my channel, just because I was also starting to feel like veganism was like defining me. Like, it was almost like consuming my life in terms of how I looked at myself. It was like, oh, I'm a vegan. This is like, I have to hang out with vegan people and have a vegan boyfriend, and like everything had to be about veganism. And I was like, I'm so much more than just a vegan. Like, it's the way that I live, but it's like, it's not who I am, you know? It's just my code of ethics, essentially, is what it is. And it's like, I don't have to like define my whole life about that. And so that's why I started doing videos about like fashion, because I really loved thrifting and I really loved fashion. And started doing videos about traveling because I really love travel. So I'm more than a vegan. So that's kind of why like my videos sort of took that turn. And yeah, so anyways, with people saying that they're not vegan anymore, I watched Kalel's video, and I watched Bonnie Rebecca's. I didn't watch all of Stella's because I just kind of read the comments and was like, okay, I kind of get the gist of like what this video is about. And by the way, I love Bonnie Rebecca, I love Stella, and at the end of the day, like, it is their choice, and they can do whatever they want. And I'm not in their shoes. I can't possibly understand like their reasoning behind it, or like what they were going through in order to like make that hard decision to like stop eating that way and stop living that lifestyle. And it's like not my place to like judge those people at all. But if you're watching those videos and think, maybe veganism isn't that great, everyone's experience is completely different. Mine has been very positive. It helped me get out of my like almost eating disorder, because before I went vegan I was like kind of on the brink of like having an eating disorder, and it did really help me with that. It got me super healthy. It got me really into fitness. It just overall made me like a much more passionate person. It also got me onto social media, and it helped me build my platform. So I really don't think I would be where I am today without veganism, like, at all. I've also inspired a lot of other people to go vegan, and I'm very grateful for that. I know that like Kalel and Bonnie, Rebecca, and Stella have all done the same. They've all inspired so many people to go vegan, and so that's why it's really hard for people to watch people who've inspired them to go vegan, and now those people who inspired them are no longer vegan, and it's just very confusing and deterring. And so I just want to let you all know, I'm still vegan, 100%. I am vegan for the animals, and I think a lot of the reason why people kind of stop being vegan is they kind of forget the initial reason why they actually went vegan in the first place, and then it sort of just gets washed down into the back of their brain. They don't really think about it, and I can totally relate to that. Like right after I watched Earthlings, I was like so passionate. I was like, this is horrible, like this cannot happen, and I just wanted to fix it. I wanted to change the world, I wanted to make the world a better place. And it's like after, you know, it's kind of like dies down a little bit, but in my heart I still love animals just the same, but it can kind of get easy to forget the initial reason, and I think that is the main reason why people kind of stop going vegan. And a lot of people don't do it for ethical reasons in the first place. I don't really know if like Stella went vegan for ethical reasons or for health, or just because it was sort of like the thing to do. I don't really know her reasoning behind it. I know that Kalel and Bonnie Rebecca were really into the ethics of it, so that's a little bit more hard to understand. But I know Bonnie was going through like health issues and stuff, and they all have their own reasons, and like I said, it's not my place to judge. But veganism can still work for majority of people. I do still believe that it's a very healthy diet, but I also think that it's really all about balance in terms of the vegan diet. And I don't mean like only being vegan sometimes, I just mean you don't have to eat this insane, crazy diet. You can literally eat the same way that you've been eating, but just vegan. If you want to be like healthy vegan, you can do that. Clearly, I'm a well-balanced vegan. But yeah, basically, I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for myself. And I'm going to link down below in the description sources for information about veganism, documentaries that are really informative and helpful, books to read, vegan YouTubers to watch, and yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you if you're thinking about being vegan or you're thinking about not being vegan. Either way, I hope it helps. I don't really like those chicken nuggets. I've had them before, and they're either like not cooked all the way, or something's like up with them, but they kind of gross me out. I don't really like them. Veganism is like a very personal thing to each individual person. I think it means something different to everybody who goes vegan. Like for me, it goes down to I want to live my life causing the least amount of suffering that I possibly can. And for some people, maybe it's just not convenient, or it's just hard for them to be vegan at that time. Everyone's on their own journey. Maybe these people who have stopped being vegan, further down the line, they will realize like, okay, like I had that little kind of mishap, I had that little bump along the journey, but I think I'm gonna try it again. And they do it again and they're back on track, you know? You never know. Like everyone has their own individual experience. And that's okay. It is a little bit disappointing, especially because these people have such huge platforms, and I know that it can be kind of detrimental to the vegan movement because they're speaking to such a large audience. So that's why I kind of wanted to be a voice that was kind of like doing the opposite and just sort of reminding you that veganism is actually a really cool thing, and there's just so many amazing reasons to do it, and there's a lot of like stereotypes and myths and things, but it doesn't matter. Like, you just do vegan for your own reason, and you don't have to worry about other people. You don't have to be an activist. You don't have to even tell other people. You just live the way that you want. And honestly, like, it's really that straightforward. Like, it's really that simple. Just do what you want to do, you know? I don't know why I didn't bring napkins. If you like these mukbangs, because I've never done one before, but they're fun because I get to literally eat food and talk. So if you like these, or you like this video, and you just want me to do more mukbangs where I like sit and eat and just like talk about things very casually, let me know, because I'm really interested to see if like you actually enjoy this video or not. It's really hard to talk when you're eating. I don't really understand like the point of it. Am I just not supposed to talk? I'm just supposed to sit here and like eat. I feel like I could do like I could do like Q&As or something, or yeah, just talk about like, you know, spill some tea while I'm eating some food. Feed 2 birds with 1 hand. PETA would be so proud. Still got a ways to go. This is a video where all of my new subscribers realize how gross I am and they unsubscribe. I think another thing that isn't really talked that much about with like veganism is just sort of like the connectedness that you feel initially when you go vegan, especially if you do it for ethical reasons. Because it just really makes you realize how connected everything is and how precious life is. And that's kind of like my mentality, is every single individual life is so precious. Like even a worm on the sidewalk, or like a little snail, or like a little plant sprouting up. Like each one of those little lives is so important and so valuable, and it's just like such an individual thing that all of these individual lives coexist on the same planet. I'm getting so hippie right now. Please don't unsubscribe. But I'm serious. Like I'm serious. Like it's like there's so many like little individual lives that are just a big part of this whole like oh my god, this like interconnectedness of everything. And I remember when I first went vegan, I was just thinking about like just like baby animals being born, and how like each of those little tiny fragile lives coming into this world are so, they're so valuable. I don't know, they're just so precious. It really made me have an appreciation for just every living thing and life in general. And especially a vegan diet, you're eating plants, like that's pretty much all you're eating. I mean, even this stuff is like essentially made out of plants. And like when you're actually eating like a whole foods vegan diet, you're eating like just fresh plants and vegetables and fruits and greens. It really like, I feel like it just makes you so much more appreciative of the earth and like all of these little things. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm filming a video.
You're what?
I'm filming a video.
What are you filming?
I'm eating food and filming a video of me eating food.
A mukbang?
Yeah, and I'm drinking a beer.
What are you drinking?
Modern Times. It's freaking huge.
Good, get drunk.
Yep.
Sounds good, amigo. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay. The interconnectedness of it all. What am I saying at this point? You know what I mean. You understand. That was my experience with veganism. I've like had a lot of really good positive memories from going vegan, and just like when I first went vegan, there was like this huge community, obviously like the high carb low fat sort of community, if any of you guys remember that. I think that's another big thing is, well, most of the people, like the vegan YouTubers, they all sort of started out on this like high carb low fat vegan raw till 4 diet, and ultimately it's kind of shown that it's not that sustainable. So many people have like fallen off of it and have sort of just blamed veganism entirely for that, when it was actually just like that specific type of eating. And it's really unfortunate that that was like, it like brought all these negative connotations to veganism because of that whole community. And I was a part of that as well. And like I've just adapted my diet and my lifestyle to like how my body feels, and I've just become very much more intuitive with the way that I eat. I do intermittent fasting. I don't eat nearly as much. I eat a much more balanced diet. I try to eat like whole foods, but at the same time I obviously eat stuff like this as well. I used to be like so against like drinking, and just I lived such a strict life. Like my high school, my almost like all 4 years of my high school were just completely dedicated to like what I was eating. Everything revolved around bringing food to school and working out, and I didn't really have a social life at all. And I don't blame veganism at all for that, because it's not veganism's fault, but it is just the way that I just took it so far, and I took it so, like, I just made it my entire life, and I made my life revolve around veganism when it shouldn't have been like that. And so obviously that was a mistake I made, and I think that's like another reason why so many people have kind of fallen off the bandwagon, is because it started off as this big trend, and a lot of people just sort of hopped on board, and maybe they just sort of did it because it seemed fun and cool and they liked it at first, but now they didn't really have like a solid reasoning or like a really like hardcore belief in it. It was more just, yeah, I just do this and it's a good way to like build my platform, etc. So, but like I said, I can't speak for all these people individually. Everyone has their own experience and their own reasons. So those are my thoughts. I'm gonna try this cupcake just because I think this video has gotten so long, and I just kind of want to try this because I know you guys will be like, you didn't even try the cupcake. So I'm gonna give it a taste, and then we're gonna call it a day, although I'll probably finish that. But I feel like that's pretty much all I had to say. Honestly, like I said, it's not my place to speak. All I know is I'm doing what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I'm living my truth, and I encourage all of you to try veganism. And like I said, I will give you as much information as I can down below, but it's important to do your own research and try it out for yourself, and it's okay to not have all the answers right away. It's all a learning experience. Okay, this looks like it's going to be very hard to bite into. I might use this little mini fork because I am a child. Okay. It's actually super dry. It kind of tastes like banana bread. Okay, so I guess that's it. Honestly, that's all I had to say, really. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see me do more mukbangs. I don't really know how good of the video this is, or like how entertaining it is. I guess if you don't really care about this type of thing that's happening right now, then it's probably not that entertaining. But I'm more than happy to do more mukbangs on different topics as requested from my subscribers. So let me know if you want to see another mukbang and if you want to see a specific topic to be discussed. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!